What's up everybody, Cryptic here with your daily GTA 5 roleplay live streams, videos, and more. And today for you guys, I've got an absolute banger for you guys. Today, we're going to be going over my roleplay map. Basically, the one that you guys see on stream and in all the videos. I want to show you guys around the map, show you what I have added, and pretty much just kind of a bit of a walkthrough of what's going on here. Remember, if you guys go on to enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. First things first, I'd like to go over the police station. So I decided to use the Mission Row police station specifically because it has a preset interior that is high resolution and already there. The only thing I have to do is glitch inside, which is pretty easy with the take flight signs. It also has working jail cells in the basement area, so it's kind of perfect, rather than making my own PD somewhere, or, you know. But right now, as you guys can tell, there's nothing in the parking lot, and there's no, like, fancy entrance, which I usually have. If you guys have seen any of my past videos, I always make some fancy entrance to the parking lot of the police station, but this time, not the case. I actually, as nice as it looks, it takes up a lot of props and memory limit, and it's pretty much overall just not really needed. And since a lot of people like to kind of congregate over at the police station, it can get pretty laggy as it is, so I figure I'd just leave all that stuff out. Moving on to the inside of the police station, what I'd like to show you guys is, once we get in here, which, by the way, as you can tell, pretty seamless and easy. We got the office, which works. Everything in here is fully functional. You can go up and down and whatnot. But what I like is the secret entrance to the armory, which isn't all that super fancy, but once you get in here and realize that this is kind of what keeps it away from everything, so that people can't just obviously run up and grab gear, like, because it used to be up there before, just above those garage doors. People would just run up a ramp and pretty much steal gear. So now we have it under the map, which makes it a lot easier. As you guys can tell, we got some carbine, combat pistol. We got flashlights, of course, because you know, sometimes we're doing stuff at night or clearing houses. A nightstick, another flashlight, a taser, and some body armor. The fuel can, if you're wondering what that's for, because it seems pretty random, is to actually repair the cop cars. So if you guys do decide to favorite my map, the reason for that is placed vehicles that are set to be allowed to respawn can just be lit on fire, and they won't explode, they'll just respawn. So, letting you guys know. Yeah, that's those. That's pretty much everything. In the future, I'll definitely maybe add something to the entrance here. Something I'm probably thinking of is in one of my old roleplay maps, what we had at the front here, in front of the parking spots, was these, like, well, I'm actually at the max problem limit right now. I can always clear stuff out, but there was these stunt barriers that I would put all the way around the curb because people would like to park their cars on the sidewalk here, and it got pretty cluttered. And obviously, when you keep them from doing that with those, it's kind of hard to just want to leave your vehicle in the middle of the street knowing it'll just block traffic. So it actually did stop quite a lot of that, but I'll have to do that in the future. So on to the next thing is the gun store. So you guys are also wondering, there's green markers above certain areas, certain locations, like over here and over the police station and some hospitals and whatnot. Those are marking green zones. Green zones are just no kill areas, basically. You can come here and it's no matter what, safe. People should not be killing you here. But anyway, moving on to the inside of ammunition. We now use strictly the SMGs for civs. Now, the reason for that is because pistols are something you can actually shoot out of your car with, and we've been getting a huge problem with, like, drive-bys, just random drive-bys, like people going and pretty much just RDMing people for no reason. And I figured the only solution to that is give them only a gun that they can shoot if they're not, you know, if they're on foot. So that was kind of the best solution for that. That's the best of both worlds. I did keep the damage the same because there's really no point in making it harder to kill. So, other than that, that's pretty much just the gun store. Nothing too fancy. The way I did get the guns inside, though, is through a glitch where basically just get any vehicle that can fit in the doors. It might, honestly, this car might even be able to do it if you set it exactly like this. Just back out, place it, and it'll manually open the doors. Delete the car, go to a pickup, find a spot that it fits. Like, for example, I put one there, zoom out, and once you're far enough, it'll allow you to actually place it inside the interior, which is pretty cool, and actually makes it a much more immersive gun store. That's why I put the ammunition side here. I don't have a dealership, which a lot of you guys probably think is super weird, but there's actually a pretty good reason for that. The reason I don't have a dealership is because civs like to fight over cars, and I don't mean just argue over cars. I mean they'll kill each other just to get a car that someone else has, which is crazy. So yeah, occasionally I add some secret cars to the map for people to find, but overall I don't just add dealership vehicles. It's usually just a problem 99% of the time. I do have bennies over here in case someone wants to work here and just kind of do some scenes. There is a pipe wrench and a jerry can to repair your cars. It's up to you guys. There's a Jackal racing sign that I put here, and it actually can't be taken out no matter what I do. It's stuck here forever. Moving on to the next thing, we got Franklin's house down here, which you can actually go inside of using the BMX. And I know it's kind of weird and kind of jank, but on console we are pretty limited, so I mean, hey, it works, right? So gotta do what you gotta do. That's not the only location that can do that. I can actually take right now. The beauty of the BMX is to get into interiors is simply what you do is you go to the BMX. If I can find it, and you can find any location that was used in story mode that has a openable door, like an interior that's been kind of like preset. So if you come down to here, I think it's over here, there's the torture chamber Trevor used during that one story mode mission. I can't remember if it's over here though. Yeah, it's over here, this place right here. If you come over here and see this door right here, if I place this BMX like this and set it to respawn and zoom out, see it go kind of blue for a second. If you can hit it right, just like that, you'll see the BMX is half and half in the door. So the door won't be open like this in an actual session in online. This is just because I'm in creator, which if you load it from story mode to online, it's different. Not sure why. So anyway, can't walk through it right now, but there we go. You can actually enter this entire interior, which has a lot of audio going on my end from what I can hear. So just right off the bat, that's something you guys can use. Yeah, that's pretty much how you guys can get into interiors. It's super easy. It doesn't require a lot. It's just BMX. You can use police bikes or like motorcycles, which is up to you guys if you want. I don't personally like those because they like to tip over, and when they go to respawn in the door, they don't usually respawn sometimes, or they don't let you out. Kind of annoying. So just use BMXs. A lot easier. Also, moving on again, this is another location that I have that people would like to come to over here. Some apartment buildings and just some little details everywhere, like some broken down cars. I got this fenced in area over here with some benches you guys can access through here. Got some rocks over here just to make it a little bit more immersive. Got a switchblade, which by the way only spawns once. It's spawn settings. It's just so that it makes it feel a little bit more unique when someone does have it. However, if that person dies, they kind of lose it forever. So at least until we start up another RP. But that would be that. Yeah, so that's pretty much this area. I do like it a lot. It actually turned out pretty good. People seem to like it a lot. It's pretty awesome. I like those archways though. These archways that I put down. They're like pretty. They can really like change up location quite a bit, especially with some trees. A little bit of symmetry. Pretty good. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Alrighty, so moving on to Grove Street. So Grove Street was somewhere that I actually spruced up quite a lot, maybe even a little too much, if I'm being completely honest, because there's quite a lot going on actually at the cul-de-sac down there. So obviously just some trees because it looks nicer. It adds just uniqueness to the map. But not only that, I added some extra little kind of props here and there just to change it up, just to make it look different. And honestly, it looks a lot more lively. If I'm being honest, there's a couple broken cars. There was actually a lot more than that, but I took them out because they were kind of in the way and useless. But I added a couch there, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can go on these couches, and if you press R1 if you're on PlayStation, you can actually go behind, like, in cover, and it looks like you're sitting on it. So if you're making apartments or houses, just a little tip for you. I added these kind of like rusted, broken down, stacked up vehicles from the arena props that they just added recently, which are pretty cool. Figured I'd add those, just extra detail. I'm hoping they add palm trees at some point though. There's also cherry blossom trees that they have up in Vinewood. Really love to see those as well one day. Future update. I would definitely have a street with cherry blossoms all through it. Oh, and then I almost completely forgot, but there's an actual house you guys can enter over here. It's just a simple take flight sign and a prop block that's tilted a little bit. When you rotate them, it kind of pushes you in the direction of it. Couch with some cash on it. Body armor if you need to kind of maybe, I don't know, refill in some body armor. And then of course, just to get off, jump off the edge and it'll respawn you outside. Because I'm in the creator, with the actual creator menu thing, it won't just spawn me outside, it'll put me back in this camera, but yeah, pretty much that. Super easy. Well, that's Grove Street. Now, I used to put berry cans throughout the entire map to mark these gas stations here, which I mean, works, but it's honestly to each their own. I might add them again just because it looks nice, because when you're actually in game, when you're in the RP, you don't see all these props. You don't see any of these. However, you do see these. You do see these pickups and stuff, and honestly, seeing a jerry can at every gas station is pretty cool. Feels a lot like 5M. Also, a reminder about this baseball bat over here. I added a baseball bat that only respawns once at the diamond, because why not? It's a baseball diamond. Should have a baseball bat at it. It's a little more immersive. Can't play baseball, but you know, it's pretty cool. I added all these BMXs. Since I already had BMXs being used to like enter interiors and stuff, I figured I'd add them over here for players to actually use to ride around on. You guys seem to like it a lot, which is awesome. That's exactly what I was looking for. I also added a few more over here, right over here. Figured you guys like that as well. So hospitals are, as you can tell, green zones. There's one on this side and there's one on this side, just to remind people. You guys do spawn in hospitals when you die. Just like most actual like RP servers on PC and everything like that. So the thing that I did was I spread them out across multiple hospitals. The thing is, I don't like seeing everybody spawn at the same hospital because it can get pretty boring. So I just moved them. As you guys can tell, I put some over here, I put some over here, and I actually put some over here as well. There's 3 hospitals. It's so that when you die in RP and respawn, you don't just feel, it feels a little more dynamic. Not just like a static of a experience. You don't just spawn at the same hospital every single time. You actually change locations, kind of switch it up a bit. And then of course, one of the like biggest parts of the RP server that I have here is the prison system, which I'm super proud of. That finding that out was just huge for the community. You know, anti-griefers and everything. I did add this green here just to kind of spruce up the prison. It looked pretty bland, so I just thought I'd add this because it looks pretty nice, if I'm being honest. I also added this area with a soccer ball just for prisoners to have something to do. So if you guys are new to the channel and you have no idea what I'm talking about with the prisons, I'll go over that now. So what I do is I have modifier sets, only 2. There's the main modifier set, which is applied to everybody as soon as you spawn in. And there's the crooks modifier set. This is the modifier set that is applied to you when you get 4 kills, or 5, when you get 5 kills. So basically, if I have it set so that if you run a player over and kill them with your car, it will immediately teleport you to, it'll kill you immediately and teleport you to prison. Because of course we don't want anybody VDMing, right? So if you, I mean, honestly, if you just drive realistically, you're going to be fine. You're not going to be running players over, but it does happen and people also do it deliberately and you reap what you sow, you know what they say. Yeah, it's the prison system. Not much more complicated than that. It is technically complicated, but it's pretty simple at the same time. So a little extra detail. I added an AK at the top of a slicker. If you guys come over here, which you can get into the back here via a BMX, which by the way is, I mean, way the heck out here from where the spawns are. So if you're really willing to trek all the way out to a slicker for some black market weapons, it'll definitely be worth it, like 100%. Alrighty, so on the outside it doesn't look like a whole lot. It just looks like, well, Lucky Plucker, which it is, and it's actually really awesome. When you go inside, you're going to be treated to a pretty interesting interior that, if I do say so for myself, turned out absolutely stellar. I love the tables and the benches, and the snack shack things here that kind of appeared. I don't know, these look great. Like this just works so well. And yes, you can actually enter these, and you can sell players food. So it's actually pretty awesome. It turned out really well. It looks great. Aesthetically, it's very pleasing. Oh, and if you're wondering how to get out, it's super easy. For some reason, this place is a lot different than other interiors. It's actually this simple. You can just walk right out, which makes that pretty easy. So yeah, that's it for Lucky Plucker. Now, as well as Franklin's house, I also added Michael's house over here, which is marked with a parachute. I'm actually going to take that parachute out while I'm here. And then there's a BMX in the front door, and there's one in the back door as well, and you can explore the entire house as you wish. If you'd like to go there and live there, it's entirely up to you guys. Not only that, but I could have sworn that I added Franklin's mansion. Apparently I didn't. Okay, well that's simple. I can just do this. Flip a bike around the right direction, which is forward, back out, place it, boom. That's it. That's literally all you have to do, and it works both ways. So Michael's house, I did it just in case. I added 2, so because his house has 2, or actually 3 entrances to it. So I actually did that. Franklin's only has the actual 1 legitimate door. In story mode, you can just walk outside of the sliding window areas here, which typically... I'm not sure why this is open right now. This is actually not open normally. Might be a bug, but... yeah. So, anyway, so now Franklin's house is completely... or at least his mansion is now completely enterable, and if you guys want to use it, you can. The only thing that kind of sucks is the garage doors don't open, which is too bad, because it'd be cool to store cars, but... it's all good. The rest of it works, and honestly, that's pretty great. Now, the next thing is the PAC Standard Bank, or Pacific Standard Bank. So this is pretty awesome. You guys can actually, as always, just enter it like normal. And there's an entire interior here of a nice, big, fancy bank that you guys can rob during RP, and I've seen some pretty cool scenes play out here. We've had SWAT roll up, we've had, you know, the whole PD roll up, there's people robbing the bank, they got hostages, high-speed chases. It's actually pretty insane and a lot of fun, so make sure you guys join. Link in the description to the server if you are curious. That's the maze, or the, I almost called it the maze bank, the Pacific Standard Bank, marked with a parachute. I also believe I added Lester's house. No, I actually did not, so I'm actually kind of surprised I forgot about this, but you can also enter Lester's house, which is just over here. Again, is just as easy as adding a BMX to the front door, like so, backing out, placing it, and zooming in. It works flawlessly, and that's literally all you have to do. Now, if you want, so people know where these are, you can always just put a parachute down on the roof or something to mark it, but I really don't bother. Honestly, it's really up to you guys, but it is an option. Too bad we couldn't place down our own icons in the map, so that'd be kind of cool if they added that ability in the future. Let's see. So yeah, that's probably pretty much everything, except last but not least, obviously, is the dollar pills, which turned out really great, actually. Got all these trees here to make it look a little bit nicer. I also put some here, and if you guys see the dirt in the ground here to kind of make that look a little bit more realistic, I actually used the military sandbag barrier things to place there. It actually turned out really good. It works pretty well. If you guys go inside dollar pills, you'll be greeted to this. So the first thing you can see are some plants, you know, whatever. Little front desk here, somewhere to buy stuff and some help if you need some, you know, drugs. And I'm also substituting tear gas as vapes, which was actually requested from you guys in the Discord. Someone said figure out a way to add vapes to the server. I'm not 100% sure how I was supposed to do that, but probably the best you're gonna get. So there you guys have it. That is my roleplay map. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, remember, if you guys are new, to subscribe, drop a like, and as important as always, turn on notifications, because you're gonna want to know when I go live, because when I do go live, that's when I host the RPs, and that's when you guys can join. So yeah, turn on notifications. I pretty much stream daily. Yeah, that's probably everything. Peace.